Hello, everybody. My name is Graham Elwood, and you are watching the Bitcoin Vigilante. You can support us. That's a Bitcoin Lightning wallet right there. There's other ways to support us scrolling below. And of course, you can super chat this show at any time. I have a P.O. box at grahamelwood.com. And my new comedy special, Manifested, is now on wide release. You can get it on Amazon and Apple TV. And the audio tracks are available at Spotify and Pandora and iTunes Music and all these great places. So support that special. I really appreciate it. We have covered a lot on this show over the years for the last 5 years. Epstein, I have an Epstein playlist. And we've really focused on the billionaires and the ruling elites and we've talked a little bit with their ties. Epstein, the people have ties to Hollywood. Well, the P. Diddy case is exposing more of Hollywood and more powerful people. There's some of the same names popping up at some of his parties. And there was a federal indictment. This is from the Department of Justice website. If you go to, justice.gov, Sean Combs charged in Manhattan federal court with sex trafficking and other federal offenses. This happened Tuesday, September 17th. U.S. Attorney Damian Williams said as alleged in the indictment, for years, Sean Combs used the business empire he controlled to sexually abuse and exploit women, as well as to commit other acts of violence and obstruction of justice. Today, he is charged with racketeering and sex trafficking offenses. If you have been a victim of Combs' alleged abuse or you know anything about his alleged crimes, we urge you to come forward. This investigation is far from over. Well, I want to, right there, out of the gate, I want to point something out. I mean, yes, there's women that have been abused, but Combs, there's also men and boys that were abused. And this is the thing that really kind of it makes my blood boil a little bit. That we just assume that pedophiles and sex traffickers are men abusing girls. And, the Catholic priests did some boys. And obviously Epstein abused a lot of girls, but there was also, I've talked about this, Ghislaine Maxwell is a pedophile as well. And they never used that language. She was never charged with that, even though numerous Epstein victims, women, said Maxwell abused them as well. She's a rapist and a pedophile, in addition to a sex trafficker. So we really got to get rid of this, it's outdated thinking that women can't be pedophiles and that, that only girls are trafficked and abused. I'm sorry, I was raised Catholic and I had women abuse me, and I know so many men and women that were abused by women. So we just got to let go of the gender thing and just make it clear that children are being victimized. And what also this indictment says is, remember that interview Cat Williams gave on the Shannon Sharp Shay Shay podcast, whatever, 4 or 5 months ago? And you're listening going, man, Cat Williams sounds a little crazy, but he kept talking about P. Diddy was like, I got a virgin asshole. Cat Williams talks in his Cat Williams about P. Diddy was trying to have sex with him. 50 Cent has come out and said P. Diddy was trying to have sex with him. I'm going to show you some videos of creepy behavior between P. Diddy and Justin Bieber. And then I'm going to show you some videos of women being creepy with Justin Bieber. So we got to let go of this gender thing and just know that there's predators and there's child victims. Okay? So the U.S. government is still of course, out of date and old school, but I need to make that abundantly clear. So from 2008 through the present, Combs has led a criminal enterprise that existed to facilitate his abuse and exploitation of women, to protect his reputation, and to conceal his conduct. As part of that criminal enterprise, Combs, along with other members and associates of the enterprise, committed crimes including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. This is, again, from the Department of Justice website. These are pretty serious claims. Also, when the Department of Justice puts in the indictment, these are their words, criminal enterprise, That sounds like racketeering, which means RICO, which, to explain RICO real quick, that's how they came, that's how you get the mob. So now anyone involved, if the federal government, again, these are their words from their website saying this is a racketeering charge. Now you're saying anyone involved, we can charge everybody. Anyone involved, we can get. That's how the federal government came up with this law, I believe in the 60s or 70s, to combat the mafia. Maybe it became before then. I don't know the history, but so that's why this is serious. But I want to point this out too, why I'm very suspect of this, because of what we learned from the Epstein. So remember when Epstein was indicted in 2019 and he was put in jail, and we saw those videos of the guys in the FBI jackets and the girls in the FBI jackets wheeling out hard drives and books and, you know, files and all this stuff. We haven't seen any of it. So my worry is that this indictment was powerful people going, uh-oh, they got wind that these videos were going to come out, and they told the government, go snatch up all these videos and bury them. So you'll see some people on Combs' level and below him probably get indictments, but you're not going to see, like, Obama was at some of his parties. Does that mean Obama's guilty? I don't know. Maybe not. Because I've heard a lot of people say they went to a P. Diddy party and it was fun. And then around midnight, 1 o'clock, it got kind of, there's a weird, like, everyone started going upstairs and they're like, I'm out of here. So just because you went to one of his parties, it's not like he didn't have an island. So if you went to Epstein's island, you did some awful shit. No two ways about it. If you flew on his plane, probably. If you were at his penthouse in New York, probably. But the island, definitely. So just saying that someone was at a P. Diddy party doesn't automatically make them guilty, but they're suspect. But they might have left. I've been to some Hollywood parties, and then long about midnight or so, you get this vibe. It's going to get creepy, and you're like, let's get out of here before they start drinking fucking virgin's blood or whatever these fucks are going to do. So pay attention to a couple of people get indicted. Combs goes away. Oh, be careful of Combs. Oh, no, Combs is going to hang himself with a paper T-shirt the same day the video cameras go down. Get ready for that. Then you know it's powerful people saying, get those videos of me at one of his parties doing awful stuff. Get those out of there. Bury those, because again, the Epstein thing, no other indictments have come out of the Epstein case. No videos, no photos, no nothing have been released. They have the evidence to indict who knows what. So just be wary of this. I tell you, the ruling elites that are pedophiles and sex creeps and traffickers are going to put a lid on this. Put a lid on this. I see people on the internet going, it's coming out. They can't hide it anymore. And I hope that that's true, but these powerful people know how to lock shit down. So now let's go to let's go to some of the videos. Okay, so that's the official indictment, and you can go to that website, just look P. Diddy charges, and you'll see the Department of Justice website come up, and you can read through all the charges in detail. But let me just show you some videos, the stuff that's starting to surface. Let's show you some stuff that's starting to surface here real quick. Let me just bring this up. The Justin Timberlake, Justin Bieber. This is pretty alarming. So this is a Bay Area state of mind. I don't know what this is, but these are all of these videos where this is a clip of Diddy and Justin Bieber 15 has been going viral, like the clip of Diddy asking his 17-year-old Justin Bieber why he doesn't want to hang out with him anymore. It's very creepy. This is 15-year-old Justin Bieber.
I definitely feel protective of him.
Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. I have been given custody of him. He signed to Usher. I had legal guardianship of Usher when he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
Going crazy.
Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours?
Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
Well, you try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But you never really got my number, so.
Right. Okay.
My number?
Yeah. Starting to act different, huh?
See, that's creepy.
I definitely feel protective of her. It was hard for me being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn, and everyone, telling me they love me and, just turn their back on you in a second. I don't want her to lose it. I don't want her to, go through anything I went through. I don't wish that upon anybody. So, if she ever needs me, I'm just a call away. I definitely feel protective of her.
Bad boy.
Anybody else? Yeah. Everyone, introduce yourself.
My name's Ava. I'm a Scorpio.
No. What's your last name?
Oh, Ava Combs.
What's your other last name?
Ava Baroni.
Eva Baroni Combs. Yes, it's breaking news. Diddy adopted a white child. I want you to tell them the story about how I adopted you. But you still have beautiful parents but you're my child also. But please tell the story.
So I was on the streets, and then Papa Combs decided that he would like to be a caring man. So then he saw me and decided to pick me up and said to come inside and play with his kids.
Yeah.
It's this making my blood boil watching this creepy shit, because it's one thing if you look at these videos and people are just making accusations. You can be like, I don't know, maybe someone's taking this out of context. But with a federal indictment, this is creepy. And the Justin Bieber stuff, people have been speculating and talking about that for a while. And there's that. Then there's this. This is super creepy.
In London that don't know what happens to the white man when he comes to a P. Diddy party. This is what happens to the white man.
It's so unfortunate.
You gotta pull back though, so they can see. That's crazy. Matt, move out the way. You're still alive. Look at that. Look. Would you
get a drink on his head?
And that's James from Simeon Mobile Disco. He is a actual DJs aren't supposed to pass out, but when they come to one of my parties, this is what happens to him. I put him to sleep.
Next day, right?
You put the drink on his head.
There you go. There it is.
Damn. Okay, ladies and gentlemen.
That's super creepy. Yeah, now we're getting into that stuff. So that's I think this is gonna get even worse, and we're gonna find out more stuff. But now you've got, again, go back and watch the Cat Williams interview on the Club Shay Shay, which is the Shannon Sharp, who you might not know. He played with the Denver Broncos. He has 2 Super Bowl rings. And Cat Williams talked about all this stuff in Hollywood. And when you first watch that, you're like, I didn't know much about the P. Diddy allegations. I was like, is Cat crazy? He sounds like crazy. And now it's like, oh, it makes perfect sense. Like Cat Williams was calling, and more people are starting to come forward. 50 Cent, more people are starting to come forward. And so this is pretty awful. And it's going to only get worse. But pay close attention, just like we did with the Epstein, of them trying to cover it up. Some powerful people are, if it's just some sort of P. Diddy henchman, they'll bust those guys. And P. Diddy looks like he's doing video to hold it over people. Like he knew what he was doing. This is what Epstein did too. I've got leverage on people. This is how probably how P. Diddy rose up, is he had these crazy parties, videotaped these people, these powerful people doing this awful, creepy shit, and said, all right, I get this deal, I get that deal, I get this record deal, I get this $100 million this $100 million that, or this video goes out. So those people that are being blackmailed and extorted, who are also pedophile creeps, are going to like try to hide this up. So we saw the rats scatter from the Epstein ship. There's going to be more rats covering, and the media was very complicit in covering only a little bit of the Epstein case. And watch how this P. Diddy stuff starts to dissipate, or, you know, again, it's like, it's the age old thing. They're not going to show that the whole police department is dealing drugs. They're just going to buy the one like mid-level bad cop, and he went back. You know, it's the whole, you know, few bad apples. It's the Catholic Church, few bad apples. No, from the Vatican on down, they knew. So just watch out for these ruling elite, sex trafficking pedophiles, and powerful people who are involved in all of this creepy business to try to cover this up, because that's what they did with Epstein. So like, share, subscribe, support what we're doing, everybody. And don't trust anyone in power. And vote third party, vote independent. Both parties are creepy. Shaving knuckles for justice. Boom.